What's up, guys? Today we are checking out the all-new 900 Global Origin EX. On this new piece, we have a brand new, never-before-seen cover, the RBB 89 Solid, and the Ellipse Asymmetric AI core that we know and love from the Origin. Now let's talk a little bit about this cover. This is one of the cleanest materials ever put on a ball. Its purpose is to get through the front part of the lane very easily, and the Solid allows the ball to keep that clean motion through the fronts, but gives us a more controllable down lane motion rather than the skid flip sideways motion that we would expect to see out of a Pearl. I cannot tell you how excited I am for this piece. As I've mentioned many times before, one of my biggest struggles out on the lanes is fighting the fronts. I always feel like my ball hooks too early, and then I have to play steep angles, and then my ball doesn't go through the pins correctly. Clean and smooth cover? Sign me up. I'm putting the same layout on this ball that I had on my Origin, which is pin over the ring, so we can compare the two. Let's go check it out. On lane 1, we have out a shorter medium pattern, and the clean, controllable motion is extremely obvious right from the start. I have absolutely no problem getting the ball down the lane, and I feel I have a tremendous amount of control off the end of the pattern. Here's the part that's surprising me a little bit. Do you see this motion down lane through the pins? I don't think I've ever seen a ball hit like that. And I've had some really good pieces that drive through the pins really well, but this one is just different. Like my ball hits the pins like Belmos. Hang on, listen to this. Super easy float through the fronts, it blends off the end of the shorter pattern, and changes direction hard through the pins. Even as the pattern transitions some, and I start to move left, it just keeps hooking down lane. I even experimented a little bit here and tried to see how steep and quick I could get the ball out to the right and see if it'll still give me that blended and control off the end of the pattern. Normally when I do this with other balls, it really looks like someone kicks it sideways or they burn up, but check this out, enough said. Now let's throw the Origin some here to compare. I'm going to throw it in the exact same spot, and you see it definitely sees the lane a little bit harder and goes high. I'm going to move a couple of boards to the left here and open up my angle some. This is about 4 boards different between the two balls. Now let's switch back to the Origin EX and stay in the same spot that we just moved to, and you're going to see the difference between the two really clearly as the EX floats down the lane so much cleaner in comparison. So I'm going to scoot my feet a couple more back to the right and get back to my good line to the pocket. This ball is absolutely amazing on this pattern. This ball is meant for medium to heavy oil patterns, but I bet I would see myself using it on lanes when they're hooking quite a bit as well. Now let's hop over to lane 2 and see how this looks on a longer medium pattern. Definitely a little bit cleaner on this fresh conditions. I feel like it's going to take some shots to get some friction out there to get the ball slowed down properly. I also feel like if I wanted to, I could easily hit it with some surface and it would be perfect, but I want to leave it out of the box for right now, so we're just going to keep throwing it. As you see some transition happening, I quickly start to see the ball slow down in the right part of the lane and start driving through the pins like how we saw over on lane 1. I still see that same smooth and controllable shape from the cover, but the great change of direction down lane that we would expect to see from the core. Let's again take a look at the Origin over here. Even though it still found its way to the pocket, you can see how much harder it sees the lane, and I feel like I need to move a couple to stay ahead of it. So we're going to start moving left. Similar to lane 1, I get about 3 or 4 boards left with this ball from where I was lined in with the EX. Now let's flip back to the EX and see how much cleaner it is to compare the two together. Same thing as earlier. Still around the pocket, similar motion, but much cleaner through the front part of the lane and smoother overall. Overall, I'm really excited to throw this ball some more. I think it's going to be a great addition to my bag for when the front part of the lane is hooking, in higher friction centers, and on a number of different oil patterns. If you're looking for a super unique shape, you definitely want to check this one out. Get yours at a pro shop near you on May 16th.